Yeah, it's just trying to be precautionary. Had a little tweak, so we're just going to make sure he's good for minicamp.
With something like that, it appears to be his groin. Do you want to? You said ready for minicamp. Do you maybe shut him down and wait till training camp?
We're going to play it by ear. It just kind of happened early in practice, so I got to find out some more. We're going to do some more tests and stuff like that, and we'll see where we're at.
On the other hand, you had KJ Hamler back out there today. How nice was it having him back on the field?
Oh, he's done a really good job. I mean, I give him so much credit for the injury that he had to be able to come out here and do the RVAs and all the individual that he's been doing is awesome. I mean, it's great to see him in that training room, how hard he works, and he always talks about he doesn't have any fear. So I think that's why he's been able to progress the way he has, because he just runs like nothing's the matter, and he's just working every single day. So I really respect him for that.
Health-wise, how are Pat and Greg Dulcich doing? They were not out there today.
Yeah, good. No, I think it's, again, we want to be as careful as we possibly can and make sure everybody's good. So I think that's just, everything's primarily precautionary right now and just making sure we're gradually getting better.
What are your impressions of?
That was the first time I got to meet him. Clint told me that his dad was going to come out, and I was very excited. I mean, it's hard, when you go up there and I was pretty excited and awestruck, for a guy that has had that much success throughout his career and win a Super Bowl. And, I mean, he's amazing. And, offer for him anytime he wants to be around or come around, you always, he's forgotten more football than I've forgotten, or forgotten more than I know, I guess. But no, he's great, and I'm very excited to have him around as much as he'd like to be.
What are your impressions of Bradley Chubb?
Yes, so every day we always have kind of the different focuses that we'll work on. Today was field and some third down, and so we'll try to get all the situations in during that time, from 2 minutes of red zone to third down. And right now all our installations are in, so the whole offense, the whole defense, all the special teams, it's in. So now all these practices going on that we have are all just about reviewing, understanding, and detailing things up. Because you throw everything at them, you give them the whole book, you do as much as you possibly can, and now we actually truly get to dissect each play and what we're trying to accomplish.
You got excited on the Russell to Patrick
Yes.
play?
Yes.
What was that play you'd been working on a while, or?
It was funny. We changed the script a little bit, decided to call something different, wanted to throw the ball a little bit because Adriel was starting to pressure us some, so we mixed it up a little bit. And it was great because it was a little check on that play. So I think it wasn't just the play that it was, but it was also the check that Russell got to. He was very sneaky too, so I didn't know it was coming, and I was a little nervous, thought he was going to progress, and then I look up and the ball's going, and Tim ran a beautiful route, so that was awesome.
Nate, how much, obviously the ownership situation is kind of big news out here in terms of how it's progressing along. How much are you involved, pay attention, or are you just kind of...
Yeah, it's one of those things. My job is to get the team ready and teach systems and teach them to come together as a team and get them better at football. I know that's obviously a huge deal, but for us, it's about winning. No matter who is out, who's going to own the team. So I'm excited. I think everybody that's been part of it is very exciting to be part, of the Denver Broncos, and we'll see where it goes.
You've met them all?
Solid amount of them.
What you thought? What you're thinking?
I mean, I think after talking with everybody, I think they all have an amazing passion and want to be part of this league, and they want to be part of a team. And I think that's something that's really beautiful. They want to come to win, and they want to do something great here. And so whoever it is, I think we're going to be very grateful.
You mentioned pressure earlier. How has Bradley Chubb looked this offseason today?
I'll tell you, he's done a really good job, and he's starting to feel it a little bit, and both his pass rush and his ability to stop the run. I mean, he's a force. When he knows what he's doing, I mean, he's definitely somebody that we would have to, take account for.
Coach, you go out of your way. I mean, Coach Kubiak's kind of unique because he's a former player, coach, and family member, but to include, to reach out to former players and coaches and your staff's family to be out here.
Yeah, I mean, especially some of the older players that have played in the league. I mean, the only reason why we're all here today is for what they've done in the past years. So I am so grateful for all of them. And I mean, anytime they want to come out and be part of this, it's amazing. And a guy like Coach Kubiak, I mean, what he's done for our profession, how successful he's been. I mean, you want those kind of guys around, and that's why we love him being around.
You mentioned the pressure that Exero brought. How much do you and Coach E kind of confer pre-practice about what you're going to do on offense and what he's going to do on defense?
Not as much as you think. Right now we're not trying to scheme each other. We're not trying to attack his defense. He's not trying to attack our offense. We're trying to teach systems. So we want to go out there. We want to teach the intricacies of every single thing, from the run game to the pass game to the pressure package to the coverage contours and everything. So right now it's just about going out there and letting the guys rep things. We understand they're not going to be the perfect plays. They're not going to be things that we're looking exactly for, or he might not have the perfect pressure that would stop something that we would do. But it's about them hearing the call and being able to execute the call. And so as we move forward, we'll probably talk about it a little bit more if there's certain themes that we want within the periods, whether it's some pressure, a lot of pressure, or third down, however we want to do it. But right now, not too much. Whew, they're both a major transition. For him, obviously some of the wide receivers that he's going to go against are different than the wide receivers that he faced when he was, in college. And I think that also we're putting a lot more on him. But he's lucky because he comes from a system that is somewhat like ours and has been around a lot. So I think for him particularly, it'd probably be more the speed. But he's doing a good job, and we're excited to have him.
You've been at Nuggets games. You've been at Avs games now. Does it whet your appetite now to what it would mean to bring this franchise back and return it to glory and win?
Oh, without a doubt. Going to that Avs game, it was absolutely electric. And everybody talks about it. They tell you, oh, it's a great atmosphere. It's so crazy. But when you got there, the fans are into it. After a goal, what some of the people were yelling at the players, it was unbelievable. And I think looking at all these different avenues, I've gotten to go to quite a bit of them, and excited to go to much more too. But I think it's to be able to bring that to the Denver Broncos, bring that energy, bring that juice. That's what we need, and that's what we want. That's what we want to be part of as the Denver Broncos, and we want to bring it because, what's going on in that arena when the Avalanche plays is unbelievable. I feel sorry for anybody that wants to come in there.
So you're excited when Tim Patrick makes that catch, but you're also the head coach of the team. You're excited for the offense, but it's the head coach of the system, Tiger, right? So is it mixed emotions about what just happened?
Not at all. 100%. I was just fired up for Tim Patrick in that moment. And it goes both ways. When all of a sudden the defensive guys make a good play, I'm very excited for them. Mike Purcell had a couple really good plays today. Chubb had a couple good ones. So, you're allowed, just because I'm calling the offensive plays, I'm allowed to be very excited for when the offense gets a big, long 80-yard touchdown or whatever that was. But at the same time, it's about praising the defense when they either get those interceptions or they break up a play or make something good down the field. So, but at that moment, it was definitely about the connection between those two.
Tim mentioned the extra player-led meetings, the extra work they're putting in. As a coach, how encouraging is that when the guys take it on themselves?
We challenge the guys because, for me, I obviously, the coaches and I, we all know the system. We built it. We understand it. I've been in it a long time now. The idea is that I don't get to play football. Those guys do. So those are the guys that go out on the field. So it's about them understanding it better than me. It's kind of like, the old Star Wars deal. You got the Jedis and the Masters. You got to make them all masters. And I think that when they start owning it themselves, those player-led teams, that's when things, really special start to happen. So to see them do that stuff is great because it's just they're willing and want to learn and know it better than their coaches. Because that's what you're hoping. Whenever you're up there installing, and if there's something messed up, you want them to catch that. And when they catch that, that means you're doing your job really well.
A few more for the coach.
I think right now they're so far away. We're just going to have to play that by ear, and we'll see where they're at.
You've got the current logo on your chest. You've got the old logo on your hat. What do you think of them? Do you have a preference between the logos?
I just like trying to match up as many blues as possible, so I'm just going to keep on wearing different blues as much as I can.
Brandon Johnson has been impressing so far out there. What have you seen of him?
He's been doing well. He's been working hard and picking up all the systems and everything, and he's doing a fine job. So he's just got to keep on growing.